All right, hello. We're live for the third consecutive day, I want to say. So, very happy about that. I'm very appreciative that you guys continue to watch my live streams. As I have to turn that off because that's gonna be really annoying. All right. You can see I've done some renovations. We're gonna have the live subscriber count and the live chat is gonna be on the screen. It just looks a little bit more professional. If I can somehow make this bigger. Maybe I won't be able to. Have to see. Do you guys know how to make the live chat a little bit bigger? I'd greatly appreciate it. This is going to be tough. Interesting. It's not very tall. Hey, what's up, Michael M? Hello, Robert's girl. Yeah, maybe we won't do that. We'll just do this. Right there. As I pull this up on my phone, because I'll have to do the chat the way that I normally do. Welcome to the live stream. This is just a live stream for the people watching after this is uploaded. A lot of people think that this is just a video and wonder why it's like an hour and a half long. But that's because it's a live stream and I'm going through all the comments. So just wanted to clear that up. I wanted to thank everybody for my recent subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. 2 days ago, I had 4,800 subscribers, I want to say. So I've grown so much. And I just love reaching out to more of you guys that are passionate about weather. And we can share our passion for weather. And I really enjoy that. Hello, Sebastian Shore. Is that how you say your name? Cape Cod CNC. What's up? I'm watching at 2102. Hello, Jalen TM. Try using the chat off of your phone. Yeah, that's what I normally do. I just wanted to try doing it on the computer, but I hate how my comments come in right there. How much snow will they get? We're going to get to that in just a second. Hi, guys. Bob A. Bong. If you haven't already, if you're a new viewer and you're just seeing this live stream, you can go ahead and subscribe. I do live streams like this as well as other types of videos. I do seasonal forecasts and also forecasts on typical storms and things like that. Michael M., you're probably the best weather channel out there. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't think so, but I really appreciate that. Nathan Ebrel. Hi, I'm a new subscriber. How's it going? Thank you for subscribing. I'm doing great. How about you? Kay Hopper. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Congratulations on 6,700. Thank you. When will Ohio see its first snow? I think Ohio, probably early December, I want to say. Early December, but we'll have to see how December shapes up as we get closer. Hello, Fox Kemp. Bob A. Bong, where are you? If you're referring to where I'm from Virginia. Hello, Mike O. Again, if you're just joining the live stream and you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. I do a lot of live streams like this, and I also do a lot of seasonal forecasts and as well as forecasts on weather systems, as well as educational videos sometimes as well. We're going to get right into this. If you have any weather-related questions for my live stream, if you want me to answer anything, feel free to keep asking them as I'm talking about the system that this live stream is actually about. I'm going to go ahead and go through all the comments in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. We're just wrapping up this snowstorm here in Montana and North Dakota. If you're from there, shout out to you. You guys just got some snow. Here's something fun we could do. How about you say what state you're from and what kind of weather you're experiencing? That could be an interesting thing we could do. What's the weather like where you're at today, basically? As I want to look at radar real quick, but we're not going to have precipitation type, but this is snow bands right here, so very, very cool stuff. So this is the snowstorm that's moving out. So that's the snowstorm I made the forecast for just yesterday, I think. But we're going to have this snowy pattern, also another similar system here in Montana and North Dakota, as well as Wyoming and Utah and Colorado getting in on some of that snow. But this is the one I'm really worried about for the mountains. And then there's one that looks to come after it as well. But we're going to talk about the one that's coming Sunday night into Monday for Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, the Dakotas, possibly even Nebraska. We're talking about a potential major snowstorm here. I want to switch to the western half of the country here so we can get a little bit of a better look. Actually, that's too zoomed in. Here, this one will do great. So this is the global forecasting system. This is the American model, as some would call it. Wow, getting a lot of comments right now. It's gonna take forever to get through these, but good thing I have a few hours. As we're looking at the snowfall, it looks like heavy mountain snow, signaled by these dark blues right here in the Wyoming mountain ranges, as well as Utah and portions of southern Wyoming, as well as some of the Colorado area. Not as heavy there though. But everybody looks to get in a bit of snow, and right around the Montana, Dakota, Wyoming border right here looks to be a heavier band of snow as that trough goes inverted. And really what this means is that the storm will actually start to move a little bit back west. So this is really going to lead to heavy snow here. And it really stalls it out as it's crossing this corner around this trough, if that makes any sense. I really try to simplify things really well for you guys so that everybody can understand, but I apologize if it's a little too complicated. As we look at snowfall totals, so we try to ignore the next system that comes in immediately after because we want to take this one system at a time. If we look at the snowfall, you can see northwestern Utah even showing 34 inches in here, so very snowy on these mountaintops, as well as these whites in here. This is, upwards of 40 inches, so just snowing continuously. I don't know for sure if it'll be this much, but definitely a lot of snow here for these areas, as well as Colorado getting a pretty good licking with 6 inches plus for a lot of these pink regions. And you see that area that I noted before in Montana and the Dakotas and even portions of Nebraska. You see a lot of those pinks, which again is 6 inches plus. So very interesting for this snowstorm, very major. So we switch to the GFS, the new updated version. This is where things get a little bit interesting. So they don't have this zoomed in. We'll go to this real quick. See, they call this one is the experimental version, so this one should be taken more with a grain of salt than the other ones. But you notice those very dark blues here in Montana and North Dakota, and again that inversion here. You see where the lines start to head west again. This is where it's really going to stall out here. It really leads to the system slowing down while it's turning that corner. You see that low pressure system slow down and then move on. And I mean that's a what is that, 993 low pressure system. So that's pretty hefty low pressure system there. If we look at the winds real quick, pretty windy with 30 miles per hour plus. So this is gonna be very I'm not gonna say blizzard conditions, but this is calling for blizzard-like conditions almost for these areas. And again, as you can see, calling for 30 inches plus, at least widespread 20 inches plus through this region. Do I think this is like a forecast? No, I wouldn't call this a forecast because this weather model is unreliable to this point just because it's experimental. So we don't really know how good it is yet. It hasn't been tried and proven yet, but we will see how it does. And this is going to be an interesting test for this model going against the grain already. See the Canadian model calling for 6 inches plus widespread though. So this is at least going to be a moderate snowstorm for these areas. Wyoming looking to be the bullseye and Utah on the Canadian model here. As we look, that's probably all we will be able to see it on. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So there's that a little discussion on that snowstorm. If you're just joining the live stream, though, I welcome you to subscribe to my channel. I do live streams like this, as well as seasonal forecasts and other types of forecasts on my channel, as well as weather-related educational videos. So if you're interested in that type of thing, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Also, feel free to comment any questions or statements you might have as I'm going through and answering those right now. Okay. Mike Simpson, new subscriber too. Thank you for subscribing, Mike. Michael M. Notification squad, anyone? Question mark. Javin Chase, hi, and LOL, you are already at 6,700 subs. Yes, I am getting a lot of subscriptions right now, and I'm really fortunate, and I'm really appreciative of that. It gives me a lot more people to interact with weather about, which is my passion. So I really enjoy having so many people that are fellow fans of weather. I really appreciate it. Hi, remember me from yesterday? Yes, I remember. Robert's girl, NC in the house. Mike O, what was your video on before? I didn't watch it. Are you talking about the snowstorm one? That was the snowfall forecast. You can go check it out for northern Montana and North Dakota. S and T Young, really windy today. Is South Carolina going to be getting any storms? I'm sure, but I don't really know what that you're asking. If you're asking about snowstorms, we'll have to wait and see. You're very entertaining, and also your content is very useful. Thank you, Jalen TM. I really appreciate it. Hike, bike, climb. The majority of your viewers are passionate about weather, but rather we are just skiers wanting to know about the winter. Well, some of them maybe. I know a lot of my viewers are very passionate about the weather, but I also do know that a lot of them are just people that are into winter sports. Certainly. We talked about nor'easters in the previous vid. When will the mid-Atlantic states see that? It's really up in the air. You don't really know when that type of thing will start. So we will look at the GFS to see if we see any systems like this start to develop. So right here looks to be our first potential nor'easter. As you see, the trough is transitioning to the east. You really need a trough in the east to pull that system up the east coast. And you see this start to develop and then head to the Gulf, just like the systems that I showed. And then you see something try to develop right about here, but it goes out to sea. This is also very typical with nor'easters to head out to sea and not really do much. It's always possible. And then we see another type of system start to move in as the trough is still in the east. After the 15th is the true answer. After the 15th is when the trough will come to the east, and then we'll have a chance at that. NC and warm, yeah. Michigan 88 and sunny. Cape Cod 60-ish and cloudy. Pretty chilly. I'm from Georgia, and it's hot and sunny. NC and hot and humid. Yes, it is hot and humid on the East Coast. Windy as heck in the southern Missouri region. I'm from New York, and there was bad tornadoes last night. It's nice now. Yeah, Pennsylvania and New York had a severe outbreak yesterday. Central Nebraska, 92 degrees. Whew. Very hot. Eastern PA, warm. South Carolina, sunny with clouds. New Jersey, warm and partly cloudy with sunshine, 75. Ooh, nice. At least we're getting kind of cold there. Not your typical 80s and 90s we've been having. Northwest South Carolina, warm and humid. Hi from Toronto, Canada, cloudy and some rain today. Colorado Springs, 90 and snow tomorrow. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm from Arizona, and it's been raining for the last 2 days. Yeah, didn't you guys have a tropical system move through, I believe? As I continue to read through the comments, if you're a new viewer, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do live streams like this, as well as seasonal forecasts and forecasts on other types of weather systems. Also, feel free to comment any questions or statements you would like to make about weathers as I'm going through and answering them. It's got warmer in Scotland at least. 55 degrees Fahrenheit at least. Oh, that's warmer. And we had bad storms last night in New Jersey with tornadoes. Yeah, for sure. I saw it on TV. I'm from New York, and there was bad tornadoes last night. It's nice now. Maine is overcast and cold, and it's 59. Pretty chilly. In Calgary, it was confirmed that 15 inches of snow fell there. Yeah, we were in the live stream yesterday. We were looking at the radar in Calgary. Very snowy yesterday. Crofton, Maryland, sunny and 85. Wisconsin, sunny, 81 and windy. Is the stream constantly buffering for anyone else? Yeah, Jim. Is there a problem with buffering right now still, or no? Because this was 10 minutes ago. I'm still trying to catch up on the comments. I'm getting so many right now. So let me know, and I'll be there in a while. I'm from the Barrie area. I'm pretty close to you in southern Ontario. Snow in October is not normal. For these areas, it is pretty typical. We're getting a bit right now, though, quite a bit. Do you remember me from yesterday? Yes. Let's hope for an early spring then. Potentially, we'll have to see. How common are nor'easters? Could there be some bad ones this winter? Yeah, typically in an El Nino winter, it's more typical, but it really just depends. I think this year we do have the setup for it, though. There's some years where we don't get any, and then there's some years where we get consistent nor'easters heading up the coast, like one per week. We will be harvesting corn and soy next week. Don't need wet or snow, Nebraska. My chat yesterday wouldn't work. Are you sure you were here when it was live still, or did you watch it after? I'm Notification Squad. Thank you. I would like to know if North Texas and Dallas-Fort Worth area will see any snow or ice this coming winter. I think it's certainly possible, as you'll have slightly below average temperatures, so we'll have to see. Weather here has changed a lot in the past 20 years. Liar, it's not snowing in Scotland. When is first plowable snow on Cape Cod? Probably December is the best bet. Sometime during December, maybe mid-December, maybe late December. Just depends. Direct weather. This seems like an interesting weather source. Thank you. The nor'easter video. Did you ask something about it? I'm sorry. Before that. High today, 91. Tomorrow, high 60. Yeah. Where were you at again? That's very interesting. New subscriber. I reposted your winter forecast video on my blogs and sent it to all my contacts, including George Norrie of Coast to Coast AM. If you wanted to link me to your blog on one of my videos, you can comment a link to it, and I will be sure to check it out after. If you're new to this stream and you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I do live streams like this, as well as seasonal forecasts, monthly forecasts, and other sorts of forecasts, as well as educational weather videos. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to ask any weather-related questions as I'm going through and answering them right now. My chat wouldn't work yesterday either. Interesting. Well, at least it's working right now. Juju Knight, we need rain bad. A lot of areas do. Joe, you got a new subscriber. We have a slice of warm air over Scotland for 24 hours, then back to 45 degrees. Wow. Very quick. I watch every TV channel around here. You are ahead of all of them. Thank you. I'm from Boston. I love Boston. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that yesterday. I'm actually going to New England Tuesday. I'll be in New England, but don't worry, I'm bringing my computer and my microphone, so I'll still continue to do live streams every once in a while and try to upload daily videos still. I'll be on vacation for about 2 weeks, so. Calgary, 1 foot of snow in 24 hours. Yeah, significant snow. While the ocean is warm east of Cape Cod, the water in Labrador continues to be quite cold. This current provides the Bay of Cape Cod with relatively cooler water than the Sound. That's interesting. I trust your forecast and predictions more than my local news. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope Scotland gets a mild winter. Come on, El Nino. That's possible. I don't know how you guys usually do in El Ninos. I would tell you otherwise, though. Is the snow coming to New Jersey? Not this storm, but this winter it is. Eventually. I've never seen a tornado. Me either. I've never seen a tornado. I've had tornadoes near me. I just have never seen them. I am ready for mid-October when it is supposed to cool off in Georgia. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting it. Okay, nope. I'm assuming that's about when I asked if it was still messing up the chat. I don't think Kansas will get much snow this winter. Yeah, it really just depends. If you guys get it early, then I think your best chance is earlier on, as the pattern looks to switch later. 82 in Tuscan, need a sweater, man. What is the weather in Scotland? PSU weather newbie. Did you have a video for Winter Storm Juno? I don't think. No, I don't think. 77 degree here in Martinez, California, 33 miles south of, or 33 miles from San Francisco. Very muggy, 71 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow with a chance of rain, no wind. 76, 84 rest of the week. Juju Knight, I am in the tornado alley, but don't get any of them anymore, which is good. That is good. Will Atlanta get any snow this year? I think this is one of those years where Atlanta has a chance at some snow, yes. How does the hurricane forecast look? I have a hurricane forecast up on my channel if you wanted to go check that out. But I think from this point on, it should be very quiet. When will Western New York see its first snow? I think this could be one of those years where lake effect snow starts in November, so it just depends where you're at. Kansas had a decent bit of tornadoes along the OK border. So do you think Charlotte, North Carolina might see snow this year and next? I think at least this one. We'll have to see what next one. I was actually looking at analogs this year, thinking about next winter. If you guys want me to upload a sneak peek at next winter, let me know if you wanted to see that. What my early thoughts are for next winter and what we could expect. If you wanted to see a video like that, go ahead and comment right now, whether you like that idea or not. Hurricane Leslie in the Atlantic and Hurricane Sergio in the Eastern Pacific. Yeah. I didn't watch the video yet, and I was just wondering what the Nor'eastern video was about so I can watch it after the live stream. It was just a video about the typical storm track that a nor'easter takes. A lot of people thought that it was a forecast video, but it's actually just a educational video. So it's not actually a forecast. When will the pattern flip for October in the East? Right around the 15th of October, the cold air is going to start to move in. Here, if I look at temperature anomaly here. Let me hide this first off. See, the cold is going to kind of linger in the central United States. Here's where my October forecast is going to start to become correct as the cold really moves into the Iowa, Nebraska area right around the 4th, or so tomorrow. It's going to kind of go back to warm, but then the cold is going to try to push back. Cold's going to be in the west for quite a while. Hot's going to try to keep penetrating. But really, around the 13th, they're going to see that cold start to move towards the east and then take over the east. And then it'll be kind of off and on cold, but it looks like another trough will set up by the 19th. So I think that for the second half of October, we're going to have consistent troughing in the east. But it's a little far out, so we'll have to see. But I know that the next chance for cold air is after the 15th. Will any snow coming to PA in the next few weeks? Hi, I'm new here, and hello. I don't think in the next few weeks. If anything, maybe the lakes regions of Pennsylvania would be the best chance, but not a lot of chance there. What about Vermont? Already been in the 30s in the mountains 3 times. If you're asking, I don't really know what that question means. What you're asking me. The northern jet stream lives over Scotland. If you don't like the weather here, wait 5 minutes. I can't wait for the snow here in New Jersey. How long do you think? LOL. I want it to be cold. Well, we'll probably have to wait till December before you see your first snow. 2016 El Niño, warmest winter in Scotland ever. Yeah, it was pretty much warmer everywhere. Very warm winter there. Reminded me of 2011 to 2012, which was also another very, very warm winter. I hated that winter. It was brutal. I know it's kind of ironic. It was brutal because it wasn't brutal. It's too hot here. Yeah, a lot of eastern portions, it's too hot for a lot of us. LOL, I'm from New Jersey as well, and I hate the snow. El Nino will make my winter colder. No, thank you. Is there any rain in Europe? I do not know. I know that there's a tropical system out there in the Mediterranean. 90 degrees in Fair in Keller, Texas. I love it where I live. I always get a lot. I'm assuming you mean snow. Very interesting. Is it normal for leaves to start foliage and start falling this early into fall? New England area. It can happen. It's very interesting with the warmer weather that you guys have been experiencing for this to happen, but I think possibly drier conditions have led to that. You'd have to let me know though. How is the foliage up there though? I'm gonna be there in a week or so, so I'm very curious. If you're new to the live stream, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do live streams like this as well as other weather-related videos such as seasonal forecasts and other types of forecasts. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to ask any weather-related questions or statements, and I'll be happy to answer them as I'm going through all the comments right now. If we get any snow, it's not until January or February. I forgot where you're at, so you'd have to let me know. Just had my snowblower tuned up today. That's good. It's good to be prepared. Wow, 140 views. You're doing so well. Thank you. What is the snow outlook for Iowa? I think it's going to be very frigid, but I think you're going to have average to slightly below average snow just because that's right where the cold air is going to be located. And usually the snow goes around the cold and not straight into it, if that makes any sense. So, but it'll be brutally cold. In Florida here, I'm dying for the second half of October already. I missed the mild, low, mid-70s temps so badly. Well, that sucks because usually that's like the winter highs. So. Move to Canada. When will Washington, D.C. see its last snow? I don't know. Possibly March? It snowed here 3 or 4 years ago on New Year's Eve. Deer came down from the hills trying to find something to eat. Yes to next winter sneak peek video idea. How accurate would a long range forecast for the 2019 to 2020 winter be? It would be accurate if I just forecasted like this is how I would do it. I'd be like, okay, Do I think there's going to be a La Nina or a positive or negative PDO or sunspot activity? I kind of go over all those things and then just find analogs for those years and then just throw an idea out there of what I think, if I can pile all those things together, what it would look like. So yeah, the accuracy would probably only be about 20%, but it would at least be a better chance of what I call for to happen than anything else. Though there's like 100 different things that could happen, you know? So the 20% is a lot considering that. Tropical storm hit California about a week ago. Yeah. Saturday wild turkeys came out of the hills here looking for food to eat, and I have not seen them on my lawn a couple of weeks ago. I have seen them on my lawn a couple of weeks ago. Not a good sign if animals cannot find food and it's early fall. I think we might have a hard winter. It's possible. Depends where you're at, though, for sure. Will North Carolina be below average starting November? I think so, but we'll have to get closer to November before I can accurately tell you what November will be like. Far northeast Tennessee winter. Far northeast Tennessee winter, Tri-Cities thoughts. It's kind of confusing. I think if you're saying northeast Tennessee, I think that you'll have above average snowfall and below average temperatures. Actually, I think that's pretty much all of Tennessee, so it doesn't really matter where we're at in Tennessee. Last year here was freezing cold all winter with no freezing. Wait. That sentence messed me up so bad. Last year here was freezing cold all winter with no freezing. Just bitterly cold and windy. Don't really know how to interpret that. Cannot forecast tomorrow, let alone next year, LOL. Well, I recommend you watch my video about long-range forecasting, and that'll help you understand weather before you try to make statements like that. And it'll help you understand how long-range forecasting works, because clearly you don't understand yet. So I recommend that video. Michael M. So you think the lake effect snow could start as early as October? Well, I just said that's the best chance in Pennsylvania. I think November is your best shot, or early December. Is 75 degrees today, going on high 80s tomorrow in New Jersey, and then on Friday we'll drop to low 60s. The weather has been very weird. The temp goes up and down fast. Yeah, it's been very weird. A few years ago, it was in the low 70s on Christmas Eve. Really strange. Yeah, it was 80 where I'm at on Christmas Eve a few years ago. We're probably talking about the same year. We are having drought in Central California. Are we due for rain this winter? I think you'll have average precipitation, so that'll help a little bit. It won't completely get rid of it, but it's pretty good. What computer are you using to do this? It's an HP. It's about 8 years old, so it's really outdated. I need to get a new one. But right now I don't have the money. My videos aren't monetized right now. YouTube is kind of screwing me over. So until I get it monetized, I won't be able to afford a new computer. Because I'd like to make the money from YouTube until I invest in it. You know, I don't want to use my own personal money on it. So I'm waiting till I can monetize videos. I think they've cheated. I think so far I've missed out on a few $1,000s. So it's really unfortunate. Snow for New Jersey this year. Yeah, I think above average snowfall. The foliage here in New Jersey is just starting to turn orange. It's going to be 12 Fahrenheit in South Canada next week. Yeah, South Central, I believe. Hurricane season over in Florida. Well, I wouldn't say that so soon. Also, I have a question. The leaves started falling here in New Jersey early September, and we have been getting a lot of rain in the north parts. It could be a lot of things, so I can't really put an exact answer on it. As you can see, there's a grand solar minimum comment on the bottom right-hand side of my screen there. I get those too much. It poured yesterday. Most of the trees are turning yellow and orange already, and some are green, but probably same amount as yellow and green trees. No mosquitoes in winter. Yeah, that's a good thing. Turkeys are digging in dirt for food and not finding any. I felt so sorry for them. Is Illinois going to be get is Illinois going to get much snow? Are the temps going to be below average? Yes, the temps will be below average, but you'll probably get around average snowfall or slightly below, just because it might be a little bit dry from the cold air being located right over you. When do you think it snows in Tennessee? Probably January. A YouTuber said it was snowing a lot. Where? I can do I can give you guys an early look at November right now in this live stream. I don't want to make a video until late October about November, though. But if you want me to make a quick overview of what I think for November so far in this live stream right now, I could totally do that. Just let me know. Calgary, Canada got hit with 50 centimeters of snow yesterday. Wow. Yeah, a ton. First snow in VA. Northern Virginia, probably December. Southern Virginia, probably early January. Snow in Buffalo, probably November. It feels like a radiational cooling in the winter in a penetrating heat in the summer. Will the Southeast see a early winter storm like Winter Storm Benji this year? Was that the one that was like in Florida in December or whatever? If so, I don't think so. If you're a new viewer right now, feel free to subscribe if you like weather live streams like this or seasonal forecasts or any sort of forecast. I do all sorts of weather related videos. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to ask any questions in the comment section of this live stream as I'm going through and answering all of those. How far south do you think the cold will go? If you're talking about for the cold that I'm showing come in the second half of October, then I think there might be a little bit of a southeast ridge left over some of the time in Florida. So it really just depends. But I think the northern portions of the southeast United States, if that makes sense. Thank you for allowing the live to be rewound, by the way. I initially missed your answer due to a phone call. Some people turn that off. You're welcome. I like the viewability of this video format, just so that people that missed the live stream can watch it after. 3 to 6 inches of snow possible in southwest Wyoming this weekend through Tuesday morning. Yeah, I went over that in the beginning of the live stream. We were talking about that snowfall that's going to happen. You're doing an excellent job. Don't worry about the computer. Thank you. I'm just scared that it's not going to be able to turn on anymore soon because it does struggle to turn on sometimes and it stays off for like a whole day. So I get very, very scared. I have took a trip to Tennessee. It is sunny outside. Look on the radar. It's sunny. I see patchy yellow leaves in North Carolina. Yeah, some of the maples are pretty red. I don't believe in any severe or drastic effects because of a grand solar minimum or anything to do with our sun. For the first time in 40 years, we didn't get green heads here in Massachusetts. Yes, can you make the one for November now? Yes, please. I want the November outlook. I give my neighbor squirrels pecan. Yeah, okay, I'll do that right now before I go through the comments. If you're a new viewer, though, feel free to subscribe if you like weather live streams like this or weather-related videos, just like seasonal forecasts or other sorts of forecasts. I do stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe. So I'm going to go over November a little bit. So looking at the CFS for November, this is typical for the CFS to show on a monthly forecast for some reason. It shows it for every month, almost every month, it'll show warm across the entire United States, so I'm not too worried about that. On the CFS weeklies, you can see it starts to get cold this portion of October, and then it shows the warm coming in the first week of November. So I think we're going to have to take that with a grain of salt. Let's see here. So we're going to have to look at analogs. This is what my forecasts are usually based on, and it's tried and proven. So we're going to start with my favorite, 2014. Now I'm using the same analog that did really well for my September forecast and also is my winter forecast. So first we're going to take a look at this. See, November of 2014 was very cold in the eastern United States. This is when the cold finally started pouring out of these portions of the United States. It really makes sense if you think about it. This is where the cold's been in October right here. And then it just has it unleashing on the eastern United States, really just pouring in. So that's our first look. Though I'd also like to look at 2009, or the 2009 to 2010 analog. See, this one had warmer on the eastern United States, so very torn here. Then also we'll look at 2015, which has similar sea surface temperatures. Which had colder in the western United States, warmer in the east. And we'll look at 1996. Whoa. 1996. This will be the last one we look at. And this was colder in the east. So far I have two that are colder in the east, and this one looks very, very similar to what we've been having. Again, this is where the heart of the cold is, and then it pours into the east. So this seems to be a trend. Now, if we put them all together, I haven't done this yet, so this is going to be a first. What did I do wrong? Sometimes this messes up a little bit, so stay with me here. Just hang in there. Okay. I think it's going to work this time. If you are a new viewer, feel free to subscribe if you like live streams like this, or if you like weather-related content like seasonal forecasts or normal forecasts. I make lots of videos like that. Also, feel free to ask any questions. See, this right now, if you put them all together, is calling for colder in the southeastern United States, as well as north of Montana, where that cold likes to pour in. So I'm really actually torn here. I'd like to give you an answer, but you can see it goes half and half. A lot of them calling for warm and a lot of them calling for cold. So I think we'll have to get closer before I can give a conclusive answer. But I think it'll look a little bit something like the 2014 analog. That's my go-to analog, though you guys already know that. So I think that it'll look a little bit like this one. Hate how long this takes to load, honestly. It'll look a little bit like this one, but I think that the cold won't reach as far south. This was a really cold fall. And it was really just a cold November. I remember it sleeting where I'm at, which doesn't happen in November a lot. So it was very cold. I think that this cold, instead of pouring to the southeast, I think that it will pour more towards Pennsylvania and New England. And you'll get a more typical trough. And we look for the winter pattern to set in. I also think that it will be a little bit less cold than this, think that it'll be slightly below average temperatures for the north, as it's going to look to try and have some ridging and then troughing week to week. So it's going to be a confused system that's trying to get a hold of what it wants to do. And then by late December, I think that's really when it's going to finally get its act together and get consistent troughing in the east. That's when I think that'll finally happen. So hopefully that answered a lot of questions. I think this will be a cool thing to look at while we're just chilling here. Sometimes this is the weather nerd in me, but sometimes I just love to just view a surface chart. You know what I mean? You probably don't, but that's something I like to do a lot. Just examine the pattern. I mean, what interested me so much about a surface, it's just like this has never happened before. You know what I mean? It's always a new pattern. You know, there's something beautiful about it to me. Snow in Las Vegas. It's interesting. A YouTuber said it snowed a lot in Canada. Yeah, it did. How about northern Kentucky's first snow? I think northern Kentucky, I want to say mid-December. Yeah, mid-December. No snow here. LOL, I'm in Canada. Yeah, it was mostly Calgary area. Sad but fine to see my Cubbies eliminated this morning. Yeah, that was rough. It looks quite warm in the west. Is that normal for October? Yeah, I think that's really the pattern that's going to set in. How's Twin Cities area in Minnesota looking? For the winter, it's going to be brutally cold, even comparatively to normal. Canada had a tornado, right? I don't know. I'm just tuning in. Will Denver get snow next week? Good question. Good question. So is he definitely the mountains getting some snow? Maybe Denver's getting a little bit involved at this point. And maybe with that one too. But I think mostly the mountains is the best bet there. Six tornadoes within a 60-mile radius. Yeah, it was wild yesterday. What's the weather looking like for San Antonio, Texas? It depends when you're asking for. Media news is BS. How many tornadoes touched down from the East Coast storm last night? I don't know the exact number, but it was quite a few. I know there was a really bad one in western Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania. When will VA, NC, South Carolina see the first frost? I think probably a night in early November is the best bet. Have you ever wanted to be a storm chaser? Yes, I have. I really want snow in Rhode Island. I can't wait. Well, it's coming your way. I'm sure of it. 6.8. Look at your subs. Yeah. Any idea for temps in Minnesota for winter? Snow next week. Yeah, so Minnesota is going to have a brutally cold winter. I'm sure you heard that just a second ago before or after you commented that. But it's going to be brutally cold during the winter, and it depends. Let's see. Um, Snow next week. Yeah, it really just depends. I think probably not quite yet next week. Maybe, well, this week, it looks like Friday you could start as snow in this system and then it quickly changes back to rain. Next week looks to be more of the Dakotas and Montana, unfortunately, or fortunately for you, depends what you want. How long for steady below freezing temperatures in northwestern Iowa? That's a great question. Steady below freezing temperatures. Looks like it won't be this month, obviously, but probably December. Nearly 7,000 subs. Congratulations. Thank you. Looking forward to first freeze here in PA to kill the bugs. Yes, the East Coast has had a bug epidemic right now. So many bugs. How is weather for Philadelphia, Southeast PA? Snowy this winter? Question mark. Yeah, I think you'll have above average snowfall this winter. You would be a great storm chaser. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mike O, gotta go. Have a great rest of your day. Hashtag remonetize direct weather. Thank you. Have a great day, man. What's the winter going to be like in Cincinnati, Ohio? It's going to be pretty cold and slightly above average snowfall, possibly. When I say brutal cold, I mean below average snow or below average temperatures. So it really just depends. There could be extreme cold like negative 20 degrees or worse, but I think it's just a safer bet to say below average. So whatever you normally would expect a little bit worse. Upper Red Lake in northern Minnesota looks cold coming up. Yeah. Lancaster, PA smells like cut grass and wet dirt from all the rain we've gotten. Might be on the ice up there in November. Yeah. Why did you get unmonetized? I never was monetized, but it's still reviewing. They've been reviewing my monetization for months now, and I've missed out on thousands of dollars. So it's pretty unfortunate. Do you think that a Greenland block will set in some time during the winter and affect the East Coast storm track? I think so here's the interesting thing, right? We're starting to get warming right here and cooling right here. We need these temperatures to get way warmer. These sea surface temperatures to really help out and bring above average temperatures. We don't. It doesn't have to happen, but that would help a lot. So as of right now, I think there's a moderate chance of it. What's the snowfall look like for St. Louis? I think average snowfall. What about storm in Eastern Pacific? Usually don't do Pacific, but as of right now, it looks like the models want to pull this back towards California in the coming days. And it's going to weaken from here. It'll be a tropical storm by the time, so not to worry. You might have people hyping it to be some sort of, they're going to call it a Category 4 hurricane heading directly towards California. I wouldn't worry about that quite yet. Thanks for answering about Philadelphia weather. I'm new. Just liked, shared, and subbed. Thank you so much. It's 85 in Chicago today. Wow. We had a very wet spring and summer in Northern Virginia, suburbs of Washington, D.C. Will there be an above-average precipitation for Northern Virginia, translating to lots of snow? Yes, I think there will be above-average precipitation and below-average temperatures. What's a Greenland block again? So a Greenland block, for the most part, I'm actually going to have to pull out my pick here, which is actually a cool application on the computer that helps me draw, so I can show you a little bit better what I'm talking about. I'm going to draw a make-believe jet stream here. So what's really important is that the Greenland block is paired up with a positive PNA. So I think this will be a good color, actually. So I'm about to draw this. Before I get talking about this, if you're new to the stream, feel free to subscribe if you like weather-related videos or live streams, as I somehow blocked out the... Oh, I messed this up. If you're new to the live stream, feel free to subscribe if you like weather-related content or live streams. That's kind of what I do. If you like seasonal forecasts, things like that, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to ask any questions in the comment section as I'm going through and answering all those. I hope to do more daily live streams. If you guys ever feel like I'm doing too many live streams, let me know, though. But for right now, I think this is... I'm getting more viewers every time, so I think you guys are okay with it, but you never know. So when paired with a positive PNA, which is warmer waters in here, warmer air, it's just one of your oscillations. You're going to kind of get a ridge in this area. Now, also, if you get warmer air right here in Greenland, this is going to pull the jet stream. Well, that's a little bit extreme. But the jet stream would look a little bit like this. Actually, I think I kind of did that a little wrong there. The jet stream would basically look like this. Now, it's important that it goes inverted, and sometimes it can even go very inverted, more like this one on the left. This allows for when winter storms are going along the East Coast, they stall out when it goes inverted, and this brings big time snowstorms for the Northeast. Also, just having warm temperatures in Canada, Alaska, Greenland is good in general because this forces the cold air down. So these are all components that are very crucial, and this would create just an very snowy pattern for the East Coast. And this is kind of what snow lovers on the East Coast are always hoping for. What do you expect for the Northeast, specifically Vermont? I think that you'll have snowy conditions, potential blizzards, and below average temperatures. Will San Antonio, Texas see a colder winter this year than in the past? I think an average winter. Do you think tornadoes will be happen in October 9th on Tornado Alley? I don't know how to read that. You should be a forecaster for the Weather Channel. You know what you were talking about. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. How strong will the El Nino be this year? Sorry for that voice crack. How strong will the El Nino be this year? Is it possible for another one next year? It's an interesting question. As I wait for this to calm down. There you go. So we're going to pull up the Jamstack here. So the El Nino, I was just looking today. See, the El Nino is at about 0.6. So this is right above El Nino conditions. It needs to stay for months to be considered an El Nino, but for right now, this will do. This is technically El Nino conditions. Now, it's also interesting to note that's your El Nino 3.4 region, which is the one that they use to figure out if it's a real El Nino or not. But it's interesting to note that 1+2 index, which is actually the area very close to the coast of Ecuador, right up against there, is going negative or neutral. And this is really a sign of a Mordecai El Nino, which really leads to usually colder conditions in the east. And if you look at the El Nino forecast here, we're looking to go maybe right around 1 degree at its peak, but it could be as weak as just 0.5. So this could be a fairly weak El Nino, to answer your question. There's like 3 forecasters I follow on here, and then you were way better than the Weather Channel, this guy being one. Thank you. Live streams are cool, man. Keep them up. Enjoy the weather videos. Thank you. I found 10 fire ant mounds in my yard after the heavy rains last week. That tends to happen. Sometimes they're even floating like an island. At Direct Weather, we like your live streams. Thank you. Is the jet stream where planes fly? No. No. Yes, we're still setting up for a Mordecai El Nino, as I just said, but you probably commented that before I said that. Don't you dare go anywhere. We need your service and expertise. Thank you. Thank you. What is your forecast for severe weather in the southeastern United States in late October and November? I think that in a lot of these transition in a lot of these transition patterns, when we get the cold air trying to penetrate into the southeast like this right here, this could lead to a lot of severe weather while it's transitioning. Like this right here could be potential severe weather. This is well ahead of it, so that's something to look at when we get a lot of these transitions. That looks to be the only one, though, for now. If this ridge moves over the east and then another trough comes, then we'll have another risk like that. But that's going to be most of our risk. At Direct Weather, what about Pennsylvania area? How much snow do you think will hammer us here? I think you guys will have above average snowfall with below average temperatures. Do you think it's a chance we will see a Greenland block this year? Because I would like a lot of snow and cold. I think it's possible, but we're looking only at a moderate risk of that. Hey, great channel, doing great work. Thank you, Kent Beer Reviews. El Nino is only a max of 70% chance in December, last I saw, I believe. That's still a decent possibility of not happening. Right now, I'm more of the opinion of there's barely any chance of it not happening. Again, we're in El Nino conditions right now as we speak, so it's technically already happened, in my opinion. But unfortunately, to qualify as an El Nino, it has to maintain for a certain amount of time. I forgot how long that is, but right now we've started the clock and we're in El Nino conditions. I think it's a month or maybe 3 months it has to stay there. So really the clock is just ticking. But right now we are experiencing what an El Nino would bring anyway. This year is confusing because how slow the systems are moving. Yeah, the systems are moving pretty slow. Where did El Nino and La Nina come from? It comes from trade winds and really this cycle in the ENSO region, which is the El Nino Southern Oscillation region, where it regularly cools and then warms back up. And it brings 2 different types of patterns. Grand solar minimum. Yeah, if you're interested in grand solar minimum, you can check out my video I made on that. When will the first snow in the DC area? I think mid-December. Thanks. Your weather forecasting is amazing compared to my local weather guys. They are just weather guessers. I love snow. Everyone else here hates it. Thank you. Oh, interesting. I assumed it was a threshold level over a time amount to be considered developed. Yeah, to be considered to where we'll look back and say, "Oh, that was an El Nino," it would have to maintain for that amount of time, but the conditions will be the same, and that's really what matters: is that we're experiencing El Nino conditions. Is above average snowfall expected for North Carolina this winter? Yes, I do expect that we will experience above average snowfall there. If you're new to the live stream, feel free to ask any questions in the comments as I'm going through and answering all of those. Also, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I post live streams like this as well as seasonal forecasts and monthly forecasts. Midwest Omaha to yeah, I think Nebraska and that area. I think your first snowfall will be. I want to say probably early December. I hope so. I'm ready for snowboarding. Winter is my favorite season. What is your favorite season? Do you like loads of snow? I do, and winter is my favorite season. Winter or fall. I'm going to New Hampshire skiing this winter. Man, that's awesome. New Hampshire is my favorite state in the United States, actually. I'm going there in a week. Could you make a Miller B Nor'easter video? Yeah, I can. Maybe tomorrow. I probably can't forecast the first freeze for the East, but it'll be sometime in November, most likely. Does weather affect volcanoes? No, but volcanoes affect weather. Great channel, sir. You do a really good job. When do you think we will see our first snow in Erie, Pennsylvania? Um, Probably late November or early December, somewhere around that time frame. Mount Washington Summit is awesome. Yeah, I've never been up it, but I've been right around it. You know, we visit the White Mountains, so you can see it from so far away. It really just depends. You know, you're looking at anywhere from I mean, if you're considering the ones that go out to sea as well, you know, you're probably looking at about 20 over the whole winter, possibly more. Microbursts happen. It's a downdraft and a thunderstorm, and it's a really quick downward wind where basically the storm can't hold up all that energy anymore, and it kind of just the bottom falls out. So you can imagine how that would go. My girlfriend hates the winter and snow, so always a bit of interesting tension in our house when winter happens. Sounds crazy, man. Any snow for Austin, Texas? We so want snow and very, very rarely happens. It's possible. It's possible this winter, as you'll have slightly below average temperatures with above average precipitation, so we'll have to see. I witnessed a microburst and it looked so weird with the trees blowing straight down. Yeah, I've had one in my back. I've actually had two in my backyard, and I watched both of them. So yeah, very interesting. Trivia: does anyone know where the highest elevation east of the Mississippi River is? We were just talking about it. The true answer is Mount Everest, but considering we're talking about the United States, Mount Washington. We got our first snow in the mountains in Scotland. I'm jealous of people that already enjoying snow. The Weather Channel already did release their snowstorm names, I think yesterday, a couple days ago. So, yeah, if you a quick Google search and that's already out, so you can go ahead and check that out. Cosmic rays affect volcanoes. Yeah. Really? Question mark? Yeah, they already did. Let's rename these storms. I mean, it's so unofficial, we probably could. That's kind of what they did. They just decided that they were going to name storms all of a sudden, and then they did it. I mean, all the more to them. I mean, they decided they wanted to do something, and they went through with it. It's impressive. Wish I was a little bit more like that. Do you think that there will be any nor'easters that produce 2 to 3 feet of snow this year? I think there will be one or two, and I think that the main areas affected will be interior New England, possibly coastal New England, but I think interior gives the public a hashtag to look for. That's a great point, actually. If you're new to the live stream, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do live streams like this, and I do seasonal forecasts and other sorts of forecasts. If you're interested, also feel free to ask any questions you might have as I'm going through the comments and answering all those. I'm just looking at my YouTube channel right now before I go back to the live stream. So keep those comments rolling in, though. I'm going to answer them in just a second. My winter forecast is very quickly approaching 100,000 views. I would like to thank you guys for that. The comments are flying in. I think every time I do these live streams, I get a lot more subscribers and a lot more new viewers. For some reason, live streams on YouTube, it reaches out to a lot of people and suggests the video to a lot of people who haven't already watched your videos, which gives people bigger reach. I really appreciate that about YouTube for doing that. A great way to reach out to new people who might be interested. At Donald Savage, I've been to Arizona and experienced that, actually more extreme than that. Up in the mountains, it was packed with snow and cold. Halfway down, it was tropical and humid feeling. That's the very interesting thing about the Southwest. You can do that in North Carolina too. Yeah, you kind of can. Is it a chance that North Carolina will see digits again? I don't know what kind of digits you're talking about. Single digits? If you're talking about single digits, I mean, it's possible. Do you think this winter will be about the same as last winter as far as snow goes for Northwest PA? I don't remember how you guys did on snow last year, but if it was above average, then I'd say probably something similar. What is your forecast for Lansing? No, it's going to be pretty cold through the winter. I thought the microburst was a tornado and a freak. Yeah, that's pretty typical for people to think that because it's just a ton of winds and trees going flying everywhere. It's very easy to think that it's a tornado. Thanks for putting the winter forecast together. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have you researched Valentina Zarkova and her work from the data at Wilcox? Yes. Actually, just the other day I was. Definitely going to go through the video backlog over dinner tonight. The live stream popped up in my recommended video for me, which is how I wound up here today. Thank you. Al Gore hates all this snow. Yes, he does. The East Coast looks warm in the water when the cold air hits the warm water. It can create a lot of snow. Yeah. Yes, I'm talking about single digits in North Carolina. It's possible, especially in the mountains, but I wouldn't forecast for it, but it could happen. It's about time for Al Gore to start talking about mini ice age and that we need to do something about it. About time for another day after tomorrow video. I think that what's the more trend for this winter for North Carolina? A lot of mixes or more snowy with a few mixes of precipitation? I think that you're gonna get your typical starts as rain, changes over to snow, but there might be like a couple like pure snowstorms. What does Al Gore have to do with anything? Let's not make this political. I don't really know. I'm just answering all these comments. If you're a new viewer, feel free to subscribe. Also, ask any questions you'd like to ask. I do seasonal forecasts and other sorts of forecasts. Also, a lot of live streams like this. Snowstorm for what area? Yeah, earlier in the live stream and what this live stream was supposed to be about. I always get really off topic with these. I never stay on the topic I wanted it to be about. But we're talking about a snowstorm that is going to be for the mountains of Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, or not Minnesota, Montana, those types of areas. Also, a little bit more widespread snow for Montana and some portions of North Dakota, where the cold's really going to be pouring in. And that could lead to a lot of 6-inch plus areas there. As we approach it, we'll have a more accurate forecast on it for sure. But all those pink areas look to be 6 inches plus. So you can go ahead and pick out the area. Ryan Kong / the Asian Weather Boy. Hi from Shakopee, Minnesota. Hello, how are you doing? Very frigid up there, huh? I don't know how to explain Central Texas when it rains here and just 40 degrees, but it honestly feels like 20 degrees and bone chilling. People from way up north are amazed to feel this. Why is our weather here like so cold when temperatures are not? Yeah, a very cold rain is a lot colder than snow. That's something that I've always gone by, just because you get saturated very quickly, and then your exposure is just a lot higher. So That's why it feels colder when it's a cold rain than a snow. Yeah, Lee Wheel Barger. I was just reading that the other day. How many snowstorms for South Central VA? I'm gonna go with 4 or 5 smaller snowstorms, with 1 or 2 of them being bigger. Bigger as in 6 inches plus. Well, Midwest see a lot of lake effect snow due to these warm temperatures. Yeah, so the warmer temperatures over the lakes is going to create for actually worse lake effect snow if the cold comes very quickly. Just we want those lakes to keep warming if you want lake effect snow. So yes, it's looking like an above average year possibly. The Russians have a much colder prediction than yours. How is that? How can it be colder than well below normal temperatures? Will there be a lot of system snow for Western New York? I wouldn't say a lot, but there will be some. I think that it's going to be a semi-interior winter, but coastal areas are going to in on that too. Have you reviewed their predictions? No, I haven't seen the Russian prediction. For me in Minnesota, it will be lower 36 degrees. Yeah, very cold. How many winter storms in all of North Carolina and Virginia this winter? Probably like 10 or 15, maybe closer to 10. All of New York is going to have below average temperatures with above average snowfall. So, if you're new to the live stream and you haven't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe. I do lots of live streams like this, as well as seasonal forecasts, monthly forecasts, and other sorts of forecasts. I love interacting with you guys. So if you would love to join the family or whatever and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. I love interacting with all of you. So greatly appreciated. Also, make sure to comment if you have any questions, as I'm probably going to wrap up this live stream within the next 15 minutes or whenever it gets quiet down. Lee Wheelberg Burger, where do I get access to the Russian winter forecast for the United States? I'm very curious. If that's what you're referring to, that's just what I've perceived. Nebraska, bitter cold and lots of snow. I think average snowfall with slightly below average temperatures. Most of the cold will be east of you, or the below normal temperatures, that for that matter. Can you tell that we really want snow, some more than others? Yes, I can tell. A lot of my viewers want snow very badly. Mihi of you. I'm part of the family and subbed. Thank you. Director Brother, when do you think Central PA and NY State see first snow? North Central, I think November. But Central Pennsylvania, I think it'll be early December as far as like South Central and everything. Well, not South Central. South Central is more late December, and then the middle of Pennsylvania would be more like early. Jan Lyons, thank you for the great info. You're welcome. A Mordecai El Nino? Yeah. Yeah, Mordecai El Nino, which would typically lead to below average temperatures in the eastern United States. How much big snowstorms will North Carolina see? I think one or two. I think Lauren, Montgomery, I think below average temperatures for northwest Pennsylvania. Lee Wheelberger. I'm still learning. I'm still wondering where I can get access to this Russian forecast because I'm very curious. What's the weather prediction for New York metro area this winter? Below average temperatures with above average snowfall. If you guys are wondering about the winter forecast for me and you haven't seen my winter forecast video yet, I highly recommend you check it out because I have made a very in-depth video with forecast maps that you could see. At 3 p.m. and 4 p.m., the dew point at MSP Airport hit 70. That's never happened on October 3rd before. Old record dew point was 69 in 2005. Wow. Fun fact. When should southern VA see first snow? Southeastern, it should be early January or late December. Southwestern, it should be um, early mid December, and then South Central, it should be more like um, probably middle of December, middle late December. Cheers for the stream. We'll catch you again soon. My alerts are on. See you again soon, man. What should the biggest snow in the DC area be? I think 12 inches plus, but it could be anything more than that. There could be, an 18 plus inch storm this year if it's anything like 2009 to 2010, which I don't like that analog as much as a lot of people do, but I think it's possible. It's their GSM prediction. Should be easy to find. Okay. I'll look into that later. Do you think this winter will be similar to the 2014 to 2015 winter or 2009 to 2010? I like 2014 to 2015 a lot more, but 2009 to 2010 is one of my top four analogs. It's just 2014 to 2015 is my favorite. It just reminds me of this winter a lot. Well, before you close for the day, I think we should all thank you for your time and patience. Thank you. And the weather, I noticed they don't have goateefs anymore. I haven't seen a goateef type storm in years. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. If I'm reading that correctly. That's good. 18 plus inches of snow for DC will be goof for government. They need a break from breaking things. Well, we're not going to get political. How about winter weather for central Wyoming? I think above average temperatures with average snowfall. Thank you for the info. Will you be on stream tomorrow? Possibly. If you guys want me to make one tomorrow, I can. Blizzard of 77, was it in Buffalo? Can you do a live? Oh, I already read that. Farmer's Almanac says teeth shattering cold and plenty of snow for Nebraska. Yeah, I think so. Just slightly below average temperatures and average snowfall. That still means you'll get plenty of snow and teeth shatteringly cold because that's your average. big thank you from my big state of Texas, the Lone Star State. Why no super chats? What's a super chat? I don't mean to sound old. I feel old asking you that question. But I'm very curious. When do you think the biggest snow in DC will be? I have a feeling February. Strange feeling. But a super chat sounds cool. A super chat is when you can donate or get sponsors. How do I do that? That sounds awesome. Yeah, I probably do need to get monetization enabled for that, which is a problem because it's been under review for months now, and YouTube doesn't really give you an answer on when it's going to be done reviewing. So I'm expecting to get a lot of views over the winter as I forecast snowstorm. So I'm really hoping to be monetized by then because that could be when I get a lot of when I can get a lot of money, obviously, so that I can buy a new computer so I can continue to make great videos for you guys. So I hope to be able to do that. Rhode Island for winter, I think above average snowfall and below average temperatures. But make sure to check out my winter forecast. It's on my channel. Well, these high dew points end for Ohio. Um, second half of October. Just be patient. I think after the 15th, they're going to start to deteriorate a lot, and you'll get more comfortable humidity. Clint Catalane. Hey, how's it going? If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe for more live streams like this, as well as seasonal forecasts and monthly forecasts and other sorts of forecasts for storms and stuff. Alert me for your next live chat. And yes, we all want to keep this up. You can view YouTube on Chrome though. My channels all got approved within 2 days, even my second account I just made. Wonder why it's taking forever for you. Honestly, at this rate, like I might hit 10,000 by next week if it continues. I don't expect it to continue this way because it's been really good, but that's in the near future. Hello, over and out. Thanks, can't wait. When will the last snow for NC? I can't really put a time on that, but probably March. Yeah, I might need to like call YouTube or contact them just to see if like something's maybe wrong. If it really did monetize your channels within 2 days, because I've been waiting, months now. So I'll probably need to contact them about that possibly. But if anybody knows a lot more about that, I would appreciate the help. When do you think we can expect a pattern change in the southeastern United States in what would normally be peak fall color in the higher elevations of the Appalachians? Most of the trees are still solid green. I expect that probably in the second half of October is when you're going to start to see troughs move into the east, ridging here and there, but it'll get a lot more fall-like as we head towards November. Here, let's see. I'll go into the settings here. just to show you guys, because I'm not really secretive about this stuff or anything. I'll get back to where I want to be. Oh, probably channel. Yeah. So this is what it says under monetization: application submitted and in review. It said this for months. Everything else is enabled. Oh, your channel. Okay, yeah. So super chat, your channel has monetization disabled. How's it this? Okay, so it's not enabled, but they haven't they haven't looked at it yet. So I don't really know. Will northern Louisiana see snow? It's possible, but doubtful. I would try reaching out to YouTube about it. Yeah, I probably will. But then it took about 2 days. You see, that's insane. Does it seem like this winter will have warmer than average temperatures in the western part of the United States and colder than average in the eastern part? Yes, it does. Yeah, the difficult thing about YouTube is it's hard to get a hold of anybody. Yeah, if you click on this though, um, account status in review started. We'll email you when your channel is approved. YouTube partner program terms accepted. AdSense requested. Um, monetization preferences set. That's upon channel approval. And you've reached 4,000 watch hours in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Nice job. Your channel is now being reviewed to make sure it complies with the YouTube partner program terms and community guidelines. We'll email you a decision, usually within a month or so. But how long is or so? Like it could be like a year. Yeah, all the Great Lakes are above average right now as far as temperatures go. So, yeah, very aggravating, this stuff. Especially when I think about like how much I could have made and that I could have had a new computer. Then Photoshop in Vegas would run a lot smoother, and I'd be able to make videos a lot better and a lot faster for you guys. Javan Chase, what area looks like to be more icy zone? If you check out my winter forecast and you look at the winter battle zone, anywhere in that area is what I would say. So go ahead and check that out. Make a Patreon. Yeah, I don't know if anybody would donate, you know what I mean? And I don't want to seem like I'm asking for money. I'd rather just make it through ads to where nobody has to lose any money. But maybe I'd look into it because one day my computer will probably just stop working and then it'll be too late. I won't I won't be able to ask you guys for money then because my computer will be broken. Probably worst case is I would just use my mom's computer for a little bit, but that's not a very yeah. I put thought into it. It's not like I'm asking a few people for $100 or anything. Honestly, I have enough subscribers now to where if everybody gave 20 cents, I would have enough to get a new computer. So it's really just how many people are willing to give a tiny bit. That's the real question. I just don't want to seem greedy. I would rather make great videos and have a great following for free than have a following that doesn't really appreciate the fact that I'm asking for money and me make a bit of money from it. But I definitely will contact YouTube and I'll look into a Patreon. Yeah, Javen Chase, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. If you're a new viewer, feel free to subscribe. If you like live streams like this or seasonal monthly forecasts, I make those too. Yeah, I'd probably like pin a comment too with the link so that it'll be right at the top because a lot of people don't click on the description. It's better to just pin a comment. Though I like being able to pin a comment from one of my viewers. Will this winter be like 2014 to 2015? Yes, I think it will. Yeah, I think it will. Will this winter be like will this winter be super cold like 2013 and 2014 winter? I think more like 2014 to 2015 than 2013 to 2014. That winter was also crazy though. Very crazy. One of my all-time classic winners was 2013 to 2014, but also 2014 to 2015. That 2013 to 2014 winner gets me hype thinking about it every time. It was so awesome. Hi, Hurricane Burl. Yeah, no one will be offended by you making a few dollars to keep up what you're doing. Thank you, man. I hope they wouldn't. I mean, people even get offended that I ask for people to subscribe, which doesn't make any sense to me. They're not patient enough. They'll be like, they'll say something like, "Why are you asking for subscribers? Just get on with the video." Like, very confusing. When I think my intro is like 15 seconds or 10 seconds of me just asking to like the video if you like it and subscribe if you're interested. I'm not like forcing anybody to subscribe. I mean, a lot of weather enthusiasts that make weather videos would have a paid subscription to their weather videos and make people pay to view it, and I don't do that. So I don't even make any money. So where will this storm form? It's going to be for the mountains of the western United States. Do you think we will form a normal El Nino or still likely a Mordecai? I'm a little confused. Mordecai. 2014 to 2015 winter was amazing. This year, I'm so excited. Yeah. When will the leaves change in DC? Probably right around your normal time. So whenever that is. Cody Anderson, don't worry about it, man. Don't send me 25 cents. But I will give you a breakdown of the Wisconsin severe weather tonight. I would never make somebody pay for weather information. I think it's everybody deserves to be able to know what the weather's going to do for free, especially when it's life threatening. Let's see. For tonight, yeah, you said La Crosse, Wisconsin. Yeah, I think all of Wisconsin. It looks like tonight you're going to be pretty good amount of CAPE there, which is convective available potential energy, which is basically your chances of severe weather features in a thunderstorm. These look to be pretty hefty down here. These might be multicellular or supercellular thunderstorms, which are usually your stronger thunderstorms. Then looks to be a straight line area of thunderstorms right there following thereafter, and a little bit more scattered here with single cellular or multicellular thunderstorms. So yeah, you have a pretty good risk of severe weather tonight. I would just stay safe. Don't go anywhere. My models show a pretty good chance. A bit unrelated, but which is your favorite NFL team? The New England Patriots is my favorite. And I am all Boston sports fan, so Celtics, Red Sox, Bruins. I'm gonna end the live stream at 6, guys, because I have somewhere to be at 6:30. But I'm going to keep reading comments. If you're new to the live stream, feel free to subscribe if you're interested in live streams like this. I try to do these daily and also seasonal and monthly forecasts, as well as forecasts for storms happening around the United States. Also, feel free to ask any comments or any questions in the comments below. Now, snow and ice down here in 2013 was my nightmare driving through. My city lied and sold off all of our materials for clearing the roads. I was one of the few cars that didn't get stuck. Wow, that's crazy. 2013 to 2014 and 2014 to 2015 were the best of winners. I hope 2018 to 2019 will be the same. Yes, I could totally agree there. It's crazy that it looks like it could be like 2014 to 2015. I loved last winter too. One of my favorites was last winter. I know a lot of areas didn't do good, but my area did. Took me 3 hours to drive what was normally 30 minutes. Oh, tell me about it. It snows a little bit here, and then the traffic is just insane here. Where will the storm form? It'll form in the western portion of the United States. Let's see. Yeah, you're going to be experiencing snow through Wyoming, Dakota, South Dakota, Colorado, mostly mountainous areas, but it could be quite widespread. 5,000 subscribers and no videos. That's crazy. I seen one of your videos and subbed right away. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, before last, year before last, my farm up in the mountains, we got a blizzard with 30 some inches of snow in a few hours. That was so much fun. I believe you. Sounds really fun. (2017 to 2018) winter was pretty okay. We got about 9 inches of snow from Winter Storm Inga. Yeah, I got a snowstorm in early January of like 15 inches. Then I got a few like 4-inch snowstorms, so it was really good. I averaged only like 7 inches of snow, so very good winter. How my average works is I usually get 12 inches one year and then none the next year, or something like that, or 2 years with 12 inches and a few years with 0. Is it suspected to reach New York State? No. Congratulations on 6,900 subs. Thank you. You're very accurate with the weather. Thank you. I am back. Oh, wait. You were. Oh, yeah. I am back. YouTube needs to do their job and do what is right. Yeah. I've told my friends about you. You do a really good job on the weather. Thank you, Lauren. 6.9K subs. Yep. Very excited. We'll hopefully reach 7,000 tonight at this rate. Our area has had back-to-back record flooding every spring or fall for the last 3 to 4 years. That's crazy. Since I ain't got a forecast for any major weather since like 19 1995 on high winds 2 months ago, I photoshopped a weather video that shows my area in the action. That's so crazy. YouTube came from someone's garage. What do you think the coldest temperatures will be for DC this winter? I can't really say. YouTube needed to start somewhere, right? Yeah. You're so good about the weather. Thank you, Whitney. If you're a new viewer, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I do live streams like this. I try to do them daily, and I also do seasonal and monthly forecasts for every season and month, as well as forecasts for every storm. So make sure to subscribe. Also, make sure to ask questions before I end this live stream here, as right around 6 p.m. Can you predict how much Greenland block we can possibly see? No, that's not something that can be predicted like this far out, really, besides sea surface temperature, but I've already gone over that. Do you think DC will get up to 80 this winter again? I don't think it'll be like 20. Is that 2009, 2010? That's how much you guys got? I don't think it'll be quite that much. It'll be a ton. A lot more than last winter, that's for sure. $80 degrees, not inches. Oh, okay. I don't know. It's possible. YouTube isn't a small company anymore. It's inevitable that they had to change. Well, if I talk smack, they'll probably never monetize my channel, so I better be careful. This is like my first time watch a live stream. Well, I'm honored that I'm your first live stream. If you guys have any last minute questions, go ahead and hit me up. Well, I'm probably going to go ahead and end this now. You're welcome. Thank you for watching the stream, guys. Hopefully, I'll be doing one tomorrow as well, around the same time, around 4 p.m. So stay tuned. I've had a YouTube channel for 5 years and only have 4 subs. That's crazy, Cody. I gotta go. Sorry, guys. I'll be back tomorrow around 4 p.m., like I said. So New York City will have an above average amount of snowstorms. I can't really put a number on it, though. Have a great day, and thanks. You're welcome. You have a great day, too. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to. I'm going to be live streaming again tomorrow. Make sure to check out my seasonal forecasts and monthly forecasts if you guys haven't already. See you guys. Thanks for being so loyal.